Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to kick off the webinar. My name is Kim Harrington. I'm the National Sales Director here at Kessler Financial Group. Appreciate your patience. We are extremely excited to present to you the AIG PowerSum and PowerSelect Builder product. We are very pleased to have Ted Johnson, who is the Vice President of Sales for Market Synergy Group. And Ted, go ahead and take it away, buddy.
Great, thanks, Kim, and I apologize to everyone for the delay, but I do promise also that this won't take a great deal of time to go through. But we are very excited to talk with you today about several different options that have been extremely effective in addressing needs of consumers today, and particularly around generating income, whether that be on a guaranteed basis, whether that be on a performance or index-linked basis, or whether clients need a safe accumulator to move to a further bucket down their retirement plan. We're very fortunate to have solid solutions and opportunities with a company like American General and AIG, who is A+A rated and eager to grow in the index annuity space. And as we look at the landscape for a product right now, with interest rates persistently low, with markets choppy to say the least, having safe, strong, and powerful partners that you can depend on to deliver long-term promises is more important than it ever has been, and why we're so fortunate to partner with a company like American General and AIG. In addition, our group, Market Synergy Group, is also very fortunate to have an exclusive set of distribution partners, of which Kessler Financial is an integral piece and component of our partnership in our drive towards innovating product and product solutions that meet the needs of our customers today. So again, thank you so much for joining, and we'll move through this quickly, but hopefully at the end of this session, we'll give you some ideas, some potential options or opportunities that may be a little different than what you've used, what you've evaluated, and what you've been utilizing within your clients' portfolios. So with that, we'll get rolling here. And Kim, if you're still on the line, with to move the slide presentation forward, is there a subset control that I need to have access to?
There you go.
Great. And do you know what I would continue to push to continue to advance it? Again, I apologize for the delay.
No worries, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. So why it's so important today to have opportunities with income is simply for demographic purposes. People are living longer, and there are more and more individuals doing so. As the baby boomers continue to retire and move into this phase of their lifetime, the opportunity is great for us. There's never been an opportunity or a chance, a time like this, to assist more people with a very specific and a very profound need. But given, again, the combination of market issues and the timing and the sheer numbers of folks, it's a challenge. And it's a challenge that we as an insurance industry have to continue to innovate so that we can meet those needs and do it in a safe and effective manner. And we know that we're going to continue to have these challenges because, again, people are living longer than they ever have before, and that's certainly going to continue for the next several generations. And can we move to the next slide, please? Not only are yields persistently low and markets are choppy, but costs are going up. And again, all leading to this idea that we have to do more with less. We have to help those that maybe don't have appropriate savings creatively generate more sustainable income throughout their lifetime. And we have to help people that may navigate a 20, 30, 40-plus year retirement time frame with some guaranteed income solutions, and then the ability to grow and creatively develop sustained income streams throughout their life. We continue to move this forward. And that's what we've tried to do with our product suite with Market Synergy Group and American General. And we've really done it that we look at three areas of the market that have a significant need right now. The first being safe accumulation. People that are approaching retirement age but not ready to utilize income yet. They want to safely put money away, would have the opportunity to participate in a percentage of market increase, and our builder product is designed to do just that. No fees, several uncapped safe accumulation opportunities on a 10-year product chassis for that safe money portion of the 10-year ladder. And then for those that are at a point where they're needing income now or soon, our Power Select Plus income product with two different opportunities, one to create guaranteed income for those that need a guaranteed income supplement, and the other, our new multiplier, which is really what we're here to talk about today, a way to generate true increasing income over time with several different crediting opportunities, but with a unique and different way of generating performance or hypothetical income for our clients. The idea is, again, to protect, to provide growth opportunity, to accumulate safely, and then to meet that income need that's so profound and growing every single day. If we could move forward, please. With all of our products, and I'll very briefly touch on this, we have multiple crediting strategies utilizing two different indices. The first, the majority of our strategies are tied to the S&P 500. We just rolled out a brand new participation rate strategy that's 35% of the S&P every single year on the multiplier version of the product, which we'll discuss. That's a very simple, very straightforward indexing methodology in a world of very complex hybrid vol control strategies. It's very nice to have a move back to something simple, something straightforward. With our S&P participation rate strategy, 35% of the S&P every year for that in the multiplier product, which we'll discuss. We also have a partnership with Merrill Lynch and their ML Strategic Balance Index on either an annual reset or 2-year reset opportunity that's uncapped. Again, a great hybrid volatility control strategy that allows steady but predictable increases in crediting each and every year to drive our products. Next slide, please. And the reason we look at these two indices, everyone knows what the S&P numbers have been. Certainly a great opportunity to provide safe growth opportunities while eliminating the downside. And then next slide, please. And then with the Merrill Lynch strategy, ML Strategic Balance is very simple, very straightforward component of the S&P 500 is a component of the index along with the 10-year Treasury futures bucket. Two simple indices that are very well known and trackable, and then the ability to go in and out of that on a daily basis into cash to control risk, and then to over leverage into the strategy up to 150%, take advantage of opportune market times. It's a great way to provide steady upward movement over without a lot of risk to the client, and that's why we love that strategy as well. Next slide, please. A couple of quick examples of just how those particular strategies work, and we'll move through these quick. If we could go to the next slide. In particular, the S&P par rate strategy that I discussed that's new. Again, it's nice to have a strategy or an indexing alternative that you can explain in 30 seconds or less to a client. And if we could get to the next slide, we'll show that example. So here we're just assuming, again, a 35% participation rate, and you can see where the circles are indicated. Negative years, no problem, 0 credit. In positive years, they're getting 35% of that gain. So in 2013, for example, when the market was up, S&P was up 29.6%. Very simply, 29.6 times 35, 10.36% credited to in that instance to the product. It's very simple. Next slide, please. And our 2-year reset on the Merrill Lynch index has been very popular as well. And again, just walking through that methodology, you can see where it's circled, where the 2-year change in the index was 8.79%. We take off a spread, in this case, 1.5% a year or 3% total. So the credited amount in that instance, 5.79 gain, steady upward movement within a very safe index for your clients. Next slide, please. But here's what I really want to talk about today is income generation in particular. And we'll very briefly touch on our Lifetime Income Plus, which is all about guarantees. And I think it's an opportune time to talk about guarantees because of many players in the industry have had to make changes as of late to bring products in compliance with new actuarial guidelines, thus changing the competitive landscape of that guaranteed marketplace. So For those that need income now or soon, as a supplement to Social Security, pension income, other annuity income they might have, having a guaranteed income provider is key, and it's crucial. And we do it as well as anyone with the Lifetime Income Plus product. So I'll touch on that really quickly and how that works. But then we'll get into what we're most excited about, and that is our new multiplier with the ability to really provide substantial increases to income long-term through a performance-based linkage. But let's talk about the Lifetime Income Plus very quickly. Can we move to the next slide, please? Next slide, please. So really what we're trying to do with the Lifetime Income Plus safely, predictably, so that they can bank on it. They're kind of those essential needs that clients might have. We use this rider to cover those on a guaranteed basis. And the way that we work and utilize this rider differently than the competitors out there is that when you add a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit to a product, there's a fee associated with that benefit. And with most carriers, when you turn on income, when deferral is over, when you start executing or taking income from the product as it's designed to happen, the benefit of that roll-up or annual increase to the income base goes away. Ours is 6.5%, a simple 6.5% each and every year, and we guarantee that for 10 years. So we guarantee that for each and every year for 10 years. But if the client turns income on, with all of the competitors, that increase in income stops. With ours, we say they're paying for the benefit, and we promised it for 10 years. We're going to give it to them for 10 years. The only difference in mechanism is that if they do elect to take income prior to the end of the 10th year, we're going to credit that 6.5% simple interest rate as we would normally minus whatever withdrawal rate they're taking. So the result of that is guaranteed increases in guaranteed income for the first 10 years of the policy. So it's not always as much who's providing the biggest paycheck at the moment of retirement. Because we provide guaranteed increases for the first 10 years of the policy, in most cases we're providing the most income at the end of that 10th, then locks in and plateaus at that higher level throughout the course of their retirement. So the longer they live, the longer retirement ends up being, the better deal they're getting by having this keep the difference type of approach. In addition to that, for those that are looking to have a second ladder or a later pool of money to generate income from, if they take no withdrawals during the first 10 years with the Lifetime Income Plus rider, we'll double that income base that includes premium plus bonus for income generating purposes at the end of the 10-year period. So a very nice increase in income resulting in an effective 7.2% compound growth or a compound roll-up rate over the 10 years, again, if they don't take any withdrawals. And then lastly, our payoff factors or what we call maximum annual withdrawal amounts are very competitive, up to 6.5 per year, depending on the age of their client when they take income. So you can go to the next slide, please. So this concept of keep the difference, as I talked about, continuing to get the benefit of that roll-up rate even after you started income. And why this is important is that statistics have suggested when people buy these riders, they're turning income on average of 2.5 years after the purchase of the product. So if you're paying for a rider for 10 or 15 years and only getting the benefit of a major component of it for 2.5, again, like I mentioned, we don't think that's a good deal. We think it makes more sense to continue to provide that benefit minus the withdrawal factor for the time we promise to give it to them. And that's what makes us different and allows us to have those guaranteed increases. So in this case, we got a 6.5% roll-up rate. As we know, we're assuming here a 65-year-old is going to take withdrawals. 65-year-old, the maximum annual withdrawal amount or payoff factor is 5%. So even when they're taking income, they're still getting a 1.5% income credit to increase that income each and every year. That might not much, but over the course of 10 years, it produces significant increases in guaranteed income. Go to the next slide, please. In this slide, again, doubling that illustrating the concept of that double, where if they take no withdrawals over the course of the 10 years, their $105,000, assuming they had a $100,000 deposit plus a $5,000 premium bonus, grows to $210,000 for income generating purposes. And again, if we're assuming a 65-year-old, 55-year-old at issue, 65-year-old after 10 years, they're guaranteed $10,500 for life. A great deal in today's marketplace at that 10-year deferral window. Next slide, please. And again, this illustrating the payout level associated with the given age of taking a withdrawal. And what I want to do point out here quickly is that with many carriers, there's a wide gap between single and joint payout basis. With ours, it's a single life or joint life, we're very competitive, but we only discount 50 basis points from our single to our joint level. So we are very, very competitive for any type of joint income payment that you're looking to structure or generate with our Lifetime Income Plus rider. Next slide, please. This is a simple example, and we'll roll through this quickly. We have a lady here who's 60 years old and wants to retire at 65. She needs a supplement for Social Security, needs to have some growth, but wants guarantees. And if we can go to the next slide, please. She's deferring for 5 years, so she's getting 6.5% simple interest increase to her income base each and every year until she turns 65. But you see then it continues to step up. It's just reduced to the difference between 6.5 and her payout factor or maximum annual withdrawal amount, which is 5, yielding that 1.5% increase. Again, continuing to get the benefit of the rider they're paying for the period of time that the insurance company has promised to deliver it to them. Okay, next slide, please. So you can see in this instance, the income grows significantly and then tops out at $7,350 each and every year after age 70. With guaranteed 10 years of growth, plateaus at that higher level at the end of the 10th year and does not go down or increase from that point. Next slide, please. Very quick look at Income Plus rider. Again, designed particularly for deferral periods as soon as immediate, so they can turn that on immediately and take advantage of 10 years of increases in growth, up to about 5 years with traditional retirement age, 65 or so, starting to take income is where this product is really designed to deliver the maximum benefit to the client. What we've seen proliferate the market over the last about the last year or year and a half, have been income generation opportunities based on index crediting, so hypothetical style of growth amount, whether that be stacking a growth percentage on top of a reduced roll-up rate amount or some other mechanism to generate that growth. This has really been what's driven much of the FIA marketplace in the last couple of years. And we kind of took a look at the major benefits of all the products, what we liked best and what we didn't like so much, and kind of took the best of the best to structure our multiplier rider to deliver maximum cumulative income generating potential for your clients throughout the course of their retirement. And what we were bothered by, again, was the fact that when people are adding a rider and utilizing their income in 2.5 years on average after issue, if we're relying on a back cast of some index methodology to perform for that very short 2.5-year window, and then once they turn income on, the engine no longer matters. They're only guaranteed not to have an increase in their income amount from that point. We didn't like that. We liked for the ability of their income to continue to increase throughout time if there was growth in the underlying index crediting methodology that they were using. So we took the approach that a reduced roll-up rate or smaller roll-up rate, although it may look good and provide some decent accumulation numbers for income generation purposes, it was really undermining the ability to provide the maximum cumulative benefit to the client over time. So we took the approach of the multiplier so that we can true increasing income opportunity from the point of policy issue all the way throughout their retirement journey, however long that might be. So if we can move forward, please. Next slide. And we really do that in 2 different ways. The first is while the client is in deferral, we provide a 250% multiplier to any index credit they receive for that year to their income base. So 250% multiplier while in deferral. Then, when they turn on income, whenever that might be, we adjust that multiplier to 150%. So 250% of any index credit to the income base while they're in deferral, 150 adjusted once they start taking income minus any withdrawals that have occurred. The net result is increasing income throughout the course of their retirement. We provide that increase each and every year if it occurs until the account value has been reduced to zero or they reach age 95, which is the stated maturity date in our policies. So again, the true ability now to leverage any index credit that occurs each and every year with the multiplier to drive increases in income throughout the course of their retirement to maximize that cumulative benefit of a given asset today. Next slide, please. So very simply, while they're in deferral, this illustrating how that would work, we have an interest credited rate. Whatever strategy we utilize returns 4%. We multiply that by the 250% multiplier. That equals a 10% annual income credit. So that income credit is applied to the income credit base, that original premium, the income base for that year. That continues each and every year until they turn income on, and then we move to the adjusted multiplier. So go to the next slide, please. So they begin taking income. In this case, the crediting rate the strategy we elected that year returned 6%. We take 6% times that adjusted multiplier now of 150. That gives us 9%. They're 65 in this case, taking a withdrawal. We know the withdrawal rate at 65, the same as we've used previously, is 5%. So 9% minus that annual withdrawal percentage of 5% equals a 4% income credit increase in that case. Again, applied to that original premium plus bonus and then added to the income base to provide that new base for moving forward. And again, this is done each and every year until the account value reaches zero or they attain age 95. So providing maximum cumulative income opportunity by continuing to leverage the growth of the underlying index even after they started income. Again, this is the major differentiator for our product versus most of the other performance-based or hypothetical income generation models that exist. With any of the others, with nearly all the others, once they elect income, whatever crediting strategy they have attached, underlined, it no longer matters. It can no longer increase their income opportunity. They've locked that amount in going forward. So the hope is that the backcasted growth that they've shown holds true so that the illustration they've shared with the client is somewhere within the realm of reality that the customer does experience. With ours, we know we're going to have 15, 18, 20-year opportunity to capture the growth of the index as displayed in the illustration, giving us a much better comfort level that the numbers we're showing backcasted will indeed be similar to those received going forward. Next slide, please. So here's an example of how this the multiplier would work for a gentleman named Gary. He's 55 and he's going to wait 10 years to retire. He's looking to have some growth, again, to supplement Social Security. And so we're going to look at the multiplier for Gary. Can we move forward, please? Sorry, next slide, please. So here's what it looks like. We have Gary's $100,000. He gets a 5% premium bonus at $100,000. That's the bonus that's available in most states. So as growth occurs, you can see he's getting increases ranging anywhere from 7.5% to 15%. Again, whatever that index credit growth amount is for that year, times the 250% multiplier. Then when we reach age 65, he starts to take income. No problem. We're just moving to that adjusted multiplier of 150% times any index credit received minus their withdrawal rate. But the net result is continued increases in income all the way out and exceeding age 75. Once they reach and attain an income level, it will never go down from that amount moving forward. So again, a true opportunity to generate significant increases in income throughout the whole retirement process. So the account value reaches zero, attain age 95, but an innovative way to tap into the growth potential underlying in our products that we think is vitally important to, again, maximizing the income benefit for clients over time. Next slide, please. So here's how the income story looks in that case. He started at $8,800 roughly, and because of growth over time, grew to nearly just over $9,800. That's locked in for life, simply by tapping into the increases in income due to the underlying index crediting opportunity that exists. With most other products out, it doesn't matter anymore. They've moved past that phase. With ours, they continue to get the benefit, a point of differentiation, and again, the key to driving max cumulative income over the life of the policy. Next slide, please. So in a very quick review, whether they're looking for income guarantees or performance-based increasing opportunity, they just simply elect one of these different riders on our Power Select product, the Lifetime Income Plus for guarantees, the Lifetime Income Plus multiplier, or performance-based increases. Both instances, the guaranteed income multiplier is in play with the performance-based side, the 6.5% simple roll-up opportunity on the guaranteed side. Both are 110 basis points per year in charge. Both the same, again, underlying product, same withdrawal features, same product. So very simple, very straightforward. Just pick the opportunity you want, or simply elect a split of the two if you need some form of guarantee. I want some opportunity for growth, and we've created a tool that our partners at Kessler Financial have access to that can help you back into a level of guarantee and then an opportunity for performance-based income given the appetite of your particular customer. So I'd encourage you to talk with them about that opportunity. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Just a few highlights of the product again before we kind of recap on a few of the highlights that we'd like to leave you with, and hopefully give you an opportunity to increase or introduce some of these opportunities to your customers and solve some of the challenging income needs they may have, please. Very important, there is the ability to access the accumulation value of the contract if illness does occur, if we need extended care issues, and we have the activities of daily living rider as well, all available after the first year that can give them a one-time 100% access to the accumulation value there. 1098-765 all the way down. So very simple, very straightforward, easy to explain, and easy to understand. Next slide, please. $25,000 is the initial premium requirement for all products. As I just mentioned a few slides ago, at $100,000, they get a higher premium bonus, and in most states that's 5%. Issue age is 0 to 78 for our Power Select Builder product. Again, that safe accumulator with no fees. And then 50 to 78 for our Power Select Plus Income product with either the Lifetime Income Plus rider for guarantees or the Lifetime Income Plus multiplier for performance-based increases. The next slide, please. So again, what we're attempting to do is provide more growth, more income opportunity, either on a guaranteed or performance basis, to meet this growing challenge of, number one, people living longer, and number two, going up, and number three, many people not having enough to sustain a retirement that may last 20, 30, 40 years. So having to innovate, having to structure and develop opportunity for clients, again, to creatively but safely meet those changing needs, and then enough flexibility and structure and design among our different products. So no matter what issue your client's facing, if it is a need for safe accumulation, we've got that covered with a builder. Whether it is a guaranteed income supplement or a SPIA alternative, we've got that with our Lifetime Income Plus rider on the Power Select Plus Income. and when if they want to generate maximum performance-based income with true increasing income opportunity throughout the lifetime of their policy, we've got that covered as well with our new multiplier rider. And I would encourage you to talk with your partners at Kessler about what these performance-based numbers look like, because we allow growth to occur throughout the course of the lifetime rather than just the point that they're in deferral. We can substantially outpace those income levels cumulatively over the course of retirement for your customers. And so at the end of the day, we would just encourage you that it's not about the level of the paycheck that your client gets at retirement. It's about the maximum benefit that asset can provide throughout the entire course of their retirement journey, and with the ability to provide either guaranteed increases in guaranteed income or performance-based increases throughout the life of the contract. The Power Series from American General and Market Synergy Group gives your clients more opportunity, gives them a better opportunity and chance to navigate the challenges that they may face in retirement. So again, simple, straightforward, but effective solutions to today's challenges. As we continue to see a persistently low interest rate environment that's now, again, showing no signs of improving, having stable, safe, and powerful partners that have the size and stamina to withstand these storms is more important than ever when you're talking about clients that are having a promise that needs to be kept for 20, 30, and maybe even 40 years. So the combination of American General AIG and our Power Series products for safe accumulation guaranteed income or performance-based income, we certainly hope we can find an opportunity to work with you to help you implement this within your practice, and again, capture the tremendous opportunity that exists for all of us in capturing assets, but more importantly, fulfilling a very profound need in providing guaranteed income and opportunity for income growth over the lifetime of policies. So with that, that concludes my remarks on any of this. Unless there's other comments or areas of clarification we'd like to make, I just want to say thanks so much for your time. We, again, appreciate very much the opportunity to share this with you, and again, look forward to earning the opportunity to partner with you in your practice moving forward.
Ted, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to hop on this call. If you need any additional information on this product, feel free to give us a call here at Kessler Finance Group. The number is 800-699-0299. And if you don't have an assigned wholesaler, just speak with anyone in our marketing department and we'll be able to help you out. You guys have a very fruitful day, and let's keep pressing forward. Take care.